Top of the ninth, 4-0 Angels. Jerome Williams to face Cleet Thomas, Jamie Carroll, Denard Spann. Thomas, the right fielder, swings first pitch, fouls it back. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a ground out. Jerome Williams with 3 strikeouts tonight, no walks, 3 hits allowed, all 3 singles. Last one to Denard Spann in the third. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and it's 0-2.
Well, he's been able to change speed on that breaking pitch. It's been outstanding, keeping it down anywhere between 75 and 78 miles an hour with that pitch.
Fastball, got him looking on the outside corner. Down goes Thomas, 1 down.
And then he drops a 2-seam fastball inside corner. Outstanding job, too, by Chris Iannetta behind the plate today, working very well with Jerome Williams. And the pitcher gets a lot of the credit, and deservedly so in this situation, but Iannetta has been outstanding in his game calling behind the plate.
Last complete game and shutout for Jerome Williams, June 27, 2003. At Pac Bell Park as a member of the San Francisco Giants, shutting out the Oakland Athletics 6-0. Facing 32 batters, allowing 7 hits, striking out 2 and walking 1. Carroll looks at a strike, and it is 0-2.
10th 0-2 count of the game for Jerome Williams. You talk about pitching. Talking Jerome Williams tonight.
0-2 pitch, outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Does he run that fastball back in on the hands like he did last time? 0-2, he threw a slider away, then ran a fastball inside on Jamie Carroll to get a ground ball to Albert Pujols.
1-2, got him looking on the outside corner, 2 down.
He must have been thinking the same thing. He didn't want to get that fastball running in on the hands. He paints the outside corner, brings back the 2-seam fastball, and catches the corner at 91.
So Denard Spann will step to the plate, owner of 2 of the 3 hits allowed by Williams tonight. Two singles and a bouncer back to the mound. Fastball is outside. One and one.
Oh, truly amazing. In his last 21 pitches he has thrown, 19 of them have been in the strike zone.
Swing and a miss, 1 and 2. One, 2. Breaking ball down to the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 over the minimum for Jerome Williams so far tonight. Faced 4 batters in the second, and with the pickoff of Spann in the third, he's been solid sets. A 2-2 is outside, a full count. Alexi Casilla is on deck.
Good effort by Jerome here, just taking a deep breath. Trusting the movement on the fastball here. Center of the plate. Assume it's not going to stay in the middle of the plate. Work down with that pitch and get a ground ball to finish it off.
There comes the payoff pitch. Outside, he walked him. So a 2-out walk, first blemish as far as the base-off balls for Williams tonight. Puts a man on, and Alexi Casilla will be the batter.
Well, sometimes that last out, when you hear the fans, the adrenaline, you have a tendency to overthrow a pitch, and that's what Jerome did on that fastball there. Just dropped his elbow, elevated the fastball, now just taking a deep breath and getting back to working down in the strike zone.
Spann takes off. The pitch is a strike. check swing did not go. Evens the count at 1-1. Castillo 3 ground ball outs, is 0 for 3. Scott Downs just playing the occasional catch, had the 4-out save last night, his second save of the year. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Castillo yanks it foul, 1-2.
Cut fastball in. Does he come back with a two-seam fastball that starts at the hip and catches the corner?
Swing and a miss. Down goes Garcia. Light that baby up as the Angels shut out the Twins 4-0.
Boy, what an effort. Torrey Hunter with the big fly. Howie with the big fly, but Jerome Williams just 2 over the minimum. Outstanding effort. 6 punch-outs, 1 walk, and he gives his battery mate, Chris Iannetta, a big hug there. What a job. He got goosebumps watching. That was a tremendous performance. First shutout for Jerome since 03.
3 strikeouts in the 9th, 6 overall in the ball game. And as Goopy just pointed out, 2 batters over the minimum. 29 batters faced tonight. The first complete game shutout for Jerome Williams in a very long time. It was a 6-0 shutout of the Oakland Athletics at Pac Bell Ballpark back in 2003, and he did it in grand fashion.
Boy,
a lot
that
of strike
fastball
tonight.
has movement on it, too. I'll tell you what, he stayed away from the middle of the plate the entire game. His defense was outstanding. Howie Kendrick, not only with the bat, but with the glove, was amazing tonight.
It's the debut called up. Actually had his contract purchased from AAA Salt Lake earlier today. First game in the big league since 2007 when he was with the Washington Nationals. The Honolulu native, just 29 years of age, a former first-round pick of the San Francisco Giants. Started the year pitching for the Lancaster Barnstormers of the Atlantic League. Oh, my old neck of the woods. Remember those days?
Yes.
The Angels signed him on June 16th. Facing Michael Young, swinging first pitch, and he drives one out to deep left center field. Wells is back, can't get it, goes off the wall. Borges picks up the baseball on the carom, and Young is at second with a 1-out double.
Vernon got hurt going back on that baseball off the wall, probably knocked the wind out of him. High fastball. I was talking about Michael Young. His approach to the plate, looks in early, then looks away late. Fortunately enough, that ball stayed in the ballpark.
Boy, just collided with that wall. Almost with a flat back. And this just in. How about no more fastballs into Michael Young?
Not in. Late, you can go inside when you're ahead of the count, maybe 0-2, 1-2, but not early in the count.
Nelson Cruz takes a slider down and away. Jerome Williams down at, or up, I should say, at Salt Lake. Down at AAA. 7-2 record with a 3.91 ERA. 11 games, 10 starts for the Bees. At 1 CG. At 60 strikeouts, watches 15 hitters. Nelson Cruz gets jammed and puts one out to shallow center. Young had to hold up between second and third. And Williams has allowed hits to the first 2 batters he's faced here in the ninth, trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. Now he has to face Mike Napoli with runners at the corners and 1 away.
Well, you have that adrenaline going, and you just an opportunity to get back to the big league level. It's been a long time for Williams. Would love to be able to get a ground ball and an infielder here to get a double play.
Napoli takes the sinker down and in. Napoli 2 doubles, 2 for 4. Now with 19 doubles on a year. The old third to first move in honor of Steve Busby. Happens to be in the Rangers radio booth. The 1-0 pitch. Napoli grounds one to short. Ibar feeds Kendrick for one. Wheeler to first. Low throw dug out by Trumbo. It's an inning-ending double play. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Neftali Feliz will be facing Trumbo, Wells, and Callasco with the Halos down by a run.
Mariners in check. 2 Dustin Ackley hits. The only action tonight is Jerome pitching into the 7th inning for the first time this year. Take a look at our Columbia Bank difference of the ball game.
And it has been Jerome Williams. He's been pinpoint tonight with his fastball command, using a cutter and a 2-seamer. Defense has helped him out a little bit. The Mariners just have not been able to get much going. You can see all these pitches down in the zone. A big key, especially when you're pitching in this ballpark. He's been able to keep the ball on the ground for the most part.
Jerome Williams with a career record of 44 wins, 52 losses, and a 4.50 ERA.
So far, just 2 hits, both of them to Dustin Ackley.
So Morales, Seager, and Zunino looking for the key to scoring some runs here in the 7th.
And the Phillies have the shift on with Morales hitting. He grounded into it his first time up, and then he walked in the 4th.
Morales with a ground out to short and a walk. Two and one.
And again, he just has not thrown a lot of pitches. This next pitch will be 75, working here in the 7th inning.
2-2, and that fell off. Tom Wilhelmsen starting to warm up for the Mariners here. 2-2 to Morales. And he strikes him out. 3rd K for Williams.
And this looks like the slider down and in. A good curveball, swings right over the top of it. And a good look at our McDonald's Supermo.
Jerome Williams claimed off waivers from the Rangers on August 10th, just 8 days ago.
Kyle Seager asking the home plate umpire Lance Barksdale is at the bottom of the strike zone.
0-2.
There's Tom. And it looks like he will pitch the bottom of the 7th inning. A couple of innings of work for Leone.
High and foul. Williams made 2 starts with the Rangers before being released, went 1-1. An ERA, listen to this, 9.90. 11 earned runs in 10 innings, 2 starts. Made 26 relief appearances. Mariners saw him down at Houston. Then they cut him loose. 1-2 pitch. That beats a shift. Base hit for the Mariners. 1 out. Here in the 7th inning. 3rd hit.
I think that was the Mariners jumped all over. I think it was right after the game they released him. Take a look at the swing by Kyle. Wasn't happy with his last at bat. Flew out to center field and had a pitch that he thought he could handle. And he was able to handle this fastball. Top spin line drive.
The game you're referring to, June 30, 2 innings, 3 runs, 3 hits on 2 runs. See what Zunino can do. Swing and a miss. Mike tonight fouled out to the catcher and bounced into a double play. Able to check his swing. Seager took a bluff down first as Zunino takes strike 2. Justin Freitas warming up for Philly. Mike way out in front, foul for the way.
Just continues to mix in his pitches. He's been anywhere from 80 to 94 miles an hour this evening. He's had a good two-seamer and cut fastball that he's had great command of.
I think Mike's due. 0 for the road trip, 0 for 8. 0 for his last 14. He's got a 1-2 count. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Man aboard at first, Kyle Seager after a base hit. Antonio Bastardo on the right. 2-2 pitch to Zunino. And struck him out. Pitch running in on his hands. It's 4 strikeouts for Williams, his second this inning.
And switched up again. All the other pitches away from him. Then he decides to come back inside with a good two-seam fastball. Mike helps him out that pitch in off of the plate.
Here's Logan Morrison. Popped to the shortstop and a walk tonight, playing in right field. And Utley placed perfectly. Low throw handled by Howard. That'll do it. Mariners gone in the 7th. Strand a runner. Jerome Williams and the Phillies with a 4-0 lead.
Well, Pudge Rodriguez, who drove in 4 runs yesterday, ready to bat out of the 3-hole for the Florida Marlins, who try and win the series today. Juan Pierre leads it off as we give you a look at the Bristol Myers Squibb starting 9 for the Florida Marlins. Castillo, a .314 hitter during the regular season. Derek Lee has excellent power. So does Cabrera. Jeff Conine made another spectacular catch up against the left field fence yesterday. He's making that routine. And Dontrell Willis can swing the bat a little bit. He's homered this year. Up against the right-handed Jerome Williams, and a 21-year-old rookie right-hander from Honolulu, Hawaii. Makes a rather surprising start today. Schmidt unable to go. He told Felipe Alou he can't do it. He can't go on 3 days rest.
Well, they would like to have had Jason Schmidt for this game and then have Ponson, their number 2 guy, to come back tomorrow on game 5, but that didn't happen. So everything as far as this season is concerned falls into the hands of Jerome Williams. And I tell you what, I have really been impressed with this guy this year, Tony. A lot of composure for a kid.
And he's going to have it today, too, because I think the Marlins are looking at this now, because I think they came in expecting to see Schmidt this morning. Now they feel pretty comfortable about putting the bat on the ball.
Pierre, for the series, hitting .286, and so much of their attack revolves around what he does, and particularly early in a game, a first at bat like this. And he jumps on this one deep to right field, but Hammonds has room behind him, and he makes the catch. So Williams gets the first man, and maybe with that some jitters that he's bound to have at 21 years old, his first postseason start.
I think the biggest thing for him is that he's got to throw first pitch strikes. The Marlins have never seen him before, and that's a huge advantage for a pitcher anytime he takes the mound.
Defensively around him, Grissom in center field. We talked about Hammonds and not Cruz Jr. in right field. And Yorvi Torrealba is the catcher and not Santiago. JT Snow also there at first base and not Galarraga today. So, Tony, what do you make of this as Felipe Alou clearly is changing his lineup for Game 4 in a rather big makeover?
Yeah, well, I just think that he wants to give Benito a day. And, obviously Cruz dropped the ball last night. And the fact of the matter is he was struggling offensively, too, so you want to shake that position up. JT Snow's his best defensive first baseman. He felt like he was going to give Galarraga, much like Mike Lowell on the Florida side, give him some ABs so that in case he needed him on the bench. So.
Will pop up, twisting out a play by Castillo. Luis Castillo, who started his day on Friday with a wall double over Barry Bonds. He was 3 for 5.
Yeah, and there's no secret to the Marlins offense. When the first two guys are getting on base, they make things happen. The second game it was Pierre. Yesterday it was Castillo.
Up the middle, and that's going to squeak off second base, and it caroms into right field. Castillo's trying for second, and he'll get there standing up as it was bobbled in the outfield. So he is into second. A ricochet shot and a little luck for the Florida second baseman.
Tony, you called it, and they make things happen in a lot of different ways, don't they?
And once this ball ricocheted off the bag, Castillo, there was no doubt in his mind he was going to go for 2. And you watch him here out of the box. This ball ricochets off the bag. And now Hammonds has got to change directions to come get this ball. And Castillo didn't stop. As soon as he recognized that ball ricocheting out there, if you're gonna slide, you might as well go ahead. Don't pull up that way.
He had the landing gear down. He pulled it up in a hurry, so it's a double for Castillo. And here's Pudge Rodriguez, who did all the damage yesterday, and it started with a home run for him. The hero of Game 3 drove in all 4 runs, a 2-run homer in his first at bat. That was his first career postseason homer.
He just did it. Just seemed like he did everything for the Marlins yesterday. Not just knocking in the runs, but blocking balls, throwing runners out, being a cheerleader.
Play on, but Castillo saw that coming and dives in. And of course, Pudge Rodriguez won the ball game with his 2-strike, 2-out, 11th inning, 2-run single. He is hitting incredibly well with men in scoring position. During the regular season, he batted .375 in these spots.
Well, Jack McKeon talked about that yesterday and before the game, and look who was the one who delivered for him yesterday. And the impressive thing to me is both of the hits that he got that knocked in the runs it started in an 0-2 count. He was in the hole 0-2, and he worked at the 1-2, and he lines a homer to left field, and then works it to 1-2 in the 11th and lines a base hit to right.
Rodriguez called yesterday's game one of the best of his career, and you have to love his timing if you're a Marlin fan.
And we talked with Jack McKeon about that. Well, Jack, was that the best game ever? And he goes, well, because of the postseason. But he went back to a game in which they were down 9-2 to the Boston Red Sox late in that game. Came back and won it 10-9 on a home run by Mike Lowell. He said, we've been doing it all year. You give us just a small opening, and we're all coming through.
Well, yesterday's 4-3 11-inning victory, Florida's 3rd straight home playoff win over the Giants in the Marlins' final at bat, going back to the 2 games in the division series in 1997, games 1 and 2. All 3 in this ballpark have been decided by 1 run. So San Francisco is getting pretty tired of that result here out of Miami. Outside, Williams being very careful with Pudge here. 1997, the division series, the Marlins won it in a sweep, but those first 2 games were scintillating. A couple of the best playoff games you're ever going to see. The Marlins winning in their final at bat. That year, the Marlins felt that if they did not sweep the Giants, that they would lose that series. Breaking ball is in there for a strike on Rodriguez. The count 3-2.
It's pitching there, Tony.
Yeah, I mean that was a great pitch because he'd been working the outer half on Pudge, and then he starts a breaking ball right at him. And so your point about having not seen him before, I think, comes into play.
The out pitch, he got a piece, hit it back to the net. The game-winning hit for him yesterday in the 11th inning, and with a count of 1-2, Tony.
Just good hitting. Shortened his stroke up, went with it. The key was the ball was elevated, it was up, so that made it a whole lot easier to do. But, you know, the bases loaded, you're down a run, you need a hit, you need to find a way to tie the game or win the game, and he stepped up there and delivered again.
And there's not a team in the playoffs playing with the exuberance and the energy of the Florida Marlins right now.
You know, everybody talks about the young kids on this Marlins team, but Pudge is the one leading the charge.
Tony, I totally agree. And when I look at his numbers, just 297, 16 homers, only 85 RBIs, it makes me think of Kirk Gibson when he won that MVP with the Dodgers years ago, and how he came up big in the postseason. He was hurt, could only play for that one at bat. But he does the same kind of intangibles for this team. He takes the young guys to lunch. He shows them around the new towns when they're on the road. He has really been an amazing leader.
For youngsters like Miguel Cabrera, Luis Castillo leading at second. Little bloop shot, and that'll be out of play. Jerome Williams out of Honolulu, 21 years old, made 21 starts during the regular season.
Basically a number one in 1999, one of those sandwich picks that you get when somebody takes a free agent away from your ball club. Always one of the youngest starters in each of the leagues that he's played in, but he's always played well.
The 3-2. High chop, Castillo looking to move up. Aurelia on to first base in time, and Castillo is into third. Let's go to the studio for an update. Here's Carl Ravitch. Carl.
Hi, Dave. Thank you very much. Yankees and Twins, of course, being seen on ESPN. The birthday boy, Kyle Lowe, check out his pitching here. Jeter goes down in the first. Giambi goes down in the first. Soriano grounded out, so the Yankees were done. Meantime, the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Roger Clemens gets Matt LeCroy at 0-0 going to the second.
All right, Carl, that's exactly what Williams is trying to do here with the go-ahead run for the Marlins 90 feet away. And Castillo and the batter, Derek Lee, pick-off play, but he dives in. And apparently the Marlins are going to have to be very, very alert on the bases today because Williams is not afraid to throw to any base.
I thought that was just excellent composure there to not get the footing wrong to step off the rubber. I mean, he stepped off. He saw Castillo break down the line, stepped off, made a great throw to third.
Pretty cagey play.
And I agree with Tom. I don't think they were trying to steal home there. I think they were trying to get a balk out of the young guy. And he says,
Well, he's trying to say to a first inning run and keep it scoreless here in game 4. A check swing by Lee. Derek Lee had a career year in home runs and RBIs. 31 big flies during the regular season, 3 out of 14 in this series. Fastball snuck in under the hands. 1-2.
You know, you look at Williams' minor league numbers, and what gets you to the big leagues as quick as anything else is throwing strikes. He's always done that, but he's never really been, per se, a strikeout type pitcher.
Well, he almost struck out Derek Lee there, who barely got the bat on it to foul it away.
You know, you look at a lot of guys that get to the big leagues in a hurry, Tony, and they normally at least strike out a guy per inning.
Yeah.
And he's never done that at any level he's ever been.
It just goes to show if you can throw strikes and put it where you want to put it, you're going to get outs.
The 1-2. He left it wide. So an even count on Lee. Miguel Cabrera, another of the young Marlins who's had a breakthrough season. He waits on deck. Beautiful hot sunny day here in South Florida on a Saturday when normally all eyes are focused on college football in this part of the country. But look at this house. 64,000 for baseball. Marlins baseball.
And a lot of it, Dave, was walk-up.
Sure was. Swing and a miss, and Lee strikes out. So Williams leaves that runner glued to third base. Both youngsters off to good starts in Miami.